I would like to know in what way we have become a successful species. In what regard can you describe this process of evolution as being successful? Is the point of evolution to really make us successful? What does it even mean to be successful? Is that a good thing? I mean, are we doing the universe a good favor by persevering our existence? Like, are we that successful that the universe is actually benefiting from us? Are we helping the universe in any way? Does it really need us to accomplish something? No, it doesn't need us. We are just one tiny speck of dust in the midst of this giant, cold, dark, and insanely dangerous universe. The universe is infinitely bigger compared to us. We mean nothing. There is no universal objective mission that we have to accomplish. The universe doesn't care at all about all of our philosophies and all of our personal doubts and problems. Because the nature of the universe is perfectly problem-free. It doesn't need us to solve anything. It is already solved without us. That's the nature of it. Nothing needs to be done. Everything is already solved by itself. There is no need for intelligent life to solve the so-called mysteries of the universe. So don't act as if we, the human species, are the chosen ones and that we are on some epic ride that will take us all to the ultimate orgasmic paradise where we will be rewarded with eternal love and sex for accomplishing this evolution thing. No, nothing needs to be solved, nothing can be accomplished. That's precisely the goddamn point here. The universe does not question itself, and it certainly does not need us in order to perfect itself. It is already perfect without us. We are in no way successful to the universe. It doesn't matter whether we exist or not. The universe is perfectly successful without life. The only thing we're doing here is serving an inherently selfish mechanism that wants to jerk itself off and dominate and colonize as much as possible. The whole point of evolution is to become an efficient survival machine or a gladiator. Evolution only cares about being able to fight and protect yourself in a very efficient way and being able to produce many healthy offsprings in order to increase the chances of creating even more efficient survival machines. So it's all about efficiency. It's all about creating stronger, better and smarter creatures. Everything that has to do with extending life duration, that's the only thing it cares about. Selfish life duration. So just struggle through life, compete with other beings and improve yourself. Expand your territory, defend yourself, fight those who disagree with you, chase the biggest piece of candy, and especially don't give a single fuck about the rest of the world. That's what we're doing here in a nutshell. And the human race is the most selfish race on earth. We can't leave anything alone. We have to explore every corner of the earth and the universe, and we will exploit it if it is beneficial to our survival. We have taken down large volumes of natural biotopes and turned it into very pollutant and wasteful structures. Throughout history, we have been responsible for a whole bunch of genocides, including animal genocides, all for the sake of conquering more territories and self-interest. We as a human race have destroyed and wiped out huge amount of other life forms, all because of this wonderful survival instinct. And that's what you call a successful creation by evolution. I mean, it's disgusting. How the hell can I be a proud human being when I acknowledge the amount of destructive and inhumane activities we have been responsible for throughout history. We have become efficient murderers and exploiters. We are abusing our intelligence for the sake of serving the survival of the human race. This compulsive need to persevere and to survive, no matter how brutal the conditions are, no matter how many wars we have to fight, no matter how many beings will have to die for it. We will endure anything and we will sacrifice anything as long as we can motherfucking celebrate our victories. What do you think is going to happen when we continue to survive for billions and billions of years? What do you think is going to happen if we've planted our victory flags into every planet of every galaxy? Do you think we're going to receive a reward for that? Do you think that God will show up from behind the curtains and congratulate us all for our ability to persist that long? No, nobody will show up. The universe will just continue to be as cold and dark as it has always been. It won't flourish thanks to us. It will only become more colder and darker. The circumstances will only become harsher to endure, because the universe will eventually die out, leaving nobody a chance to survive. So why the hell would we want to endure a dying universe that has the intention to eventually kill us all? Why don't we just surrender? Why fight the deteriorating conditions of the universe? There is no reward. Fighting is meaningless. Victory is an illusion. Even if we make it toward the very last remnants of the universe, we will have accomplished nothing. We will have accomplished an imaginary belief that is totally meaningless to the universe. This has nothing to do with the meaning of the universe. The universe itself is dead. It has no personality and it has no selfish agenda programmed into it. The meaning of the universe is the total opposite of selfishness. It doesn't care about itself. There is no need for it to survive. It's dead. That's its nature. It has zero self-interest. And that's why it's so goddamn perfect, because there is no built-in mechanism that yearns for perfection. There is no desire to become better, stronger, and smarter. And if you don't have the desire to become perfect, then you are perfect. That's exactly the point of perfection. Perfection is the absence of the need to be perfect. And that's exactly the true nature of the universe. It doesn't need anything, so it is perfect. This is the deepest knowledge that we can acquire from the universe. This is the enlightenment we are all looking for. Alright? So maybe that's the point of evolution. To eventually become so self-aware to recognize the fact that this is all just a selfish addiction. That it all revolves around the endless satisfaction of your own ego, and that this is going nowhere. There is no ultimate, everlasting, blissful state for your ego to reside in, alright? The point is that your ego has to die in order to achieve this perfect state. The point of evolution is to become objective, just like the universe itself. I think that we can all agree on the fact that we consider the universe itself to be an objective phenomenon, right? And that we, as intelligent, subjective beings, are chasing this objectivity, right? Well, the point is that the universe itself is not a thinking machine. It doesn't think for itself. It does not come up with intelligent ideas. It doesn't philosophize. It doesn't do anything because it doesn't goddamn care about itself. The universe doesn't contain itself. It is nobody. The universe is nobody. It's nothing. It doesn't know itself. So it has absolutely no problems whatsoever. It doesn't ask questions. So everything is perfectly solved. And that's what objectivity is. The universe is objective and therefore perfect. And we are imperfect and subjective beings questioning and philosophizing our brains to death. And we try to maintain this while struggling to survive, destroying everything on our path that stands in our way, desperately hoping that we will make it towards objectivity. But we fail to recognize that objectivity is precisely the absence of the need to chase objectivity. We can only attain objectivity when we surrender, when we give up the hunt for objectivity, when we give up the hunt to survive, when we give up selfishness, when we give up the ego, just like the universe itself. The universe is already in that position. So if we want to become perfect and objective, just mimic the universe. Surrender yourself and die. Act like it. Well, what the fuck am I talking about? Most people are not interested in objectivity anyway. They only care about happy moments. The purpose of life is happiness. The purpose of evolution is to do whatever the fuck we want. So let's have fun, people. The universe is one giant party room where we can enjoy ourselves forever. Endlessly chasing your dopamine shots. Always chasing, chasing and chasing for the sake of satisfying the selfish body that is only interested in itself. It's selfish happiness. You can't make everybody happy. You don't even care. As long as you're happy and there is just enough happiness around you, it's all okay. But you don't give a shit about that one poor homeless person who gets to sleep outside in the cold, without food, without family or friends. And the reality is that poor people like that will always exist. You simply can't guarantee happiness for everyone all the time. That's a simple truth to understand. So admit it. We're all a bunch of selfish fucks chasing our personal orgasms for eternity, and it will take us nowhere objectively. Just chasing the next happy moment for that purpose only, without end, and refusing to give that up. Yeah, well, I don't understand that. If there is no ultimate end goal other than chasing personal, eternal happy moments, then by definition you can't call that a state of universal objective happiness, because it is fundamentally impossible to install a happy paradise for every single sentient being in the universe. Life is dualistic. Without negativity, there is no positivity. So there will always be beings who will be exposed to negativity. The sort of negativity that we will define as unjustified negativity. And so that's what we're going for. We are seeking eternal positivity, but since that positivity cannot exist without negativity, we will continue to expose unfortunate victims to negativity. We will continue to expose victims to injustice. And that's what we call a successful end goal. That's why the pursuit of infinite happiness is always, in a sense, going to be inherently selfish. And selfishness cannot be logically justified from an objective point of view. Selfishness cannot be justified from an objective point of view. That's why, once again, the universe itself, as an objective absolute, is a selfless thing that absolutely does not care about itself. And that's why the universe is justified by itself without selfish life within it. That's the most rational and morally correct reaction to be given from a healthy, sane, and intelligent being. Life is, objectively spoken, unjustified. And that's why the whole process of evolution is a big failure unless we put an end to this process.